can't believe that it's been 2 weeks since Easter. And evidently, neither can Evil Villain Man, because he seems to still be on Easter vacation. Not one dastardly deed done in the last fortnight. But I must stay ever vigilant. What's this? It appears to be an Easter basket. I thought that I had found everything that the bouncing bringer of baskets had brought for me. Huh. New headphones. Not really something I need, but as the old saying goes, never look a gift basket in the ear. Oh, my, that's some interesting music these headphones are playing. All of a sudden, I don't feel like looking for any signs of trouble from Evil Villain Man. Honestly, as long as he doesn't damage the Pat Cave, it's not really my problem. Speaking of the Pat Cave, I think I'll head back to it. What's the point of being out here anyway?
Yes, it is I, Evil Villain Man. Or should I say, Evil Bunny Man. For I am the one who put out the basket of goodies for Patman to pick up, and the gullible good doer fell for it. He put the prize right in his ears.
I can't believe that I walked the wrong way to get to the Patmobile. I should have gone the Evil Villain Man.
Oh, hello, Patman. What a lovely time of day for a stroll. I'm just out enjoying the nice weather.
I know I should care about what you're up to, but I really don't. Not my problem. You know what? You do you. As long as it doesn't affect me, what do I care?
This is working better than I expected. So, you don't care what I do?
Not my problem. Patropolis can take care of itself for a change.
Really? So if I told you that I was going to go rob a bank...
Not my problem.
Yes!
Wait! Hold it right there, Evil Villain Man!
Rat! I knew it was too good to be true.
Which bank are you planning to rob?
Well, I was going to rob the first bank of Patropolis, but...
Okay, I do all my banking at Patropolis Savings and Loan, so not my problem. Knock yourself out.
For real? I mean, you're sure about this?
Why wouldn't I be? It's not my bank, so it's not my problem.
So the fact that thousands of innocent people will lose all of their hard-earned money...
Not my money, not my problem.
Wow, that's cold.
What's cold is all these people constantly begging for my help. What about me? What about my needs?
What needs do you have?
Well, just because I can't think of any doesn't mean I don't have any. For example, I didn't realize I needed new headphones, but apparently I did. So the Easter Bunny gave me some.
Right, the Easter Bunny.
No, really, see? Whoa, what was that? Wait, were you about to go rob a bank?
Don't worry about it, Patman. Not your problem, remember?
The well-being of my fellow man is always my problem.
You sure? Maybe you should put your new headphones back in and think about it for a moment.
Why would I need to do that? Jesus told me to love my neighbor as I love myself, and myself would not like to have all of my money stolen.
No, of course yourself wouldn't. But wouldn't it be more fun to stop me with your own personal soundtrack playing in the background through your headphones? sounds, it would be like being in a movie.
But it would also be rude. Yes, you may be evil, evil villain man, but you still deserve all of my attention. I wouldn't want to hurt your feelings by being distracted with headphones.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings. It would allow the subliminal message I've been playing in them, telling you that other people aren't your problem, to work and keep you from caring.
So, that's why it suddenly felt like nothing was my problem and I didn't want to help people anymore. Well, I've got news for you, evil villain man. Your evil earworm has been exposed and expunged. I shall love my neighbors as myself and treat others the way that I want to be treated, just as Jesus teaches. Now, about that bank robbery.
It looks like it's time for me to withdraw myself from this situation.
Hi there, hello. You're watching Base Camp. I'm Pastor Pat. That evil villain man sure is sneaky. I knew something must be up when Patman started to not care about other people. I mean, loving God and loving people is what makes Patman such a superhero. And it's exactly what God wants us to do. In 2 Kings chapter 20, King Hezekiah, he forgot all about that. Hezekiah was normally a godly guy, but he let his pride get the better of him. When the prophet confronted him about it, he told him that his descendants, meaning his children and grandchildren, would lose a bunch of their stuff, and some of them would even be taken away to be slaves to the kingdom of Babylon because of it. He seems to be sorry, and Hezekiah seems to accept the punishment. In 2 Kings chapter 20, verse 19a, we read, "The word of the Lord you have spoken is good," Hezekiah replied. Oh, good. He's back on track with God again, taking responsibility for his actions. But then we read the second half of verse 19 and see his true motivation. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 19b says, "For he thought, will there not be peace and security in my lifetime?" It wasn't so much that he was accepting the consequences. He was just glad it wasn't happening to him and didn't really care what happened to other people. That's not a godly attitude, and in fact could show that there isn't even any love for God there. When Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment from God was, he answered with two, saying that they're actually basically the same. Matthew chapter 22 verses 37 through 40 says, Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments." They go together. In 1 Corinthians 13, it goes so far as to say that if you do all kinds of things for God but don't show love for people, everything you've done is worthless. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 1 through 3, "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing." The first fruit of the Spirit, or the result of being a follower of God, that is listed in Galatians 5 is love. Not my problem, is a problem for followers of Jesus. We're all in this together, and God wants us to show love to one another, whether what they're going through affects us or not. God is a God of love, making our sin problem His problem to solve. Let's be people of God. Let's be people of love. Thanks for joining us today for Base Camp, a ministry of Summit Church in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. We have services every Sunday at 10 o'clock, and we're also online at summitchurchmt.com and on Facebook and YouTube at Summit Church MT. Our children's ministry Facebook page is Base Camp Kids Min. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We'd love it if you did. I'm Pastor Pat, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
You want to put in your headphones?
No, I don't.
So much for my career as Bad Bunny.